Hello, everyone. If you've been following me for a little while, you know I am dabbling in the EP files. Now, today, as I was researching Naomi Campbell and why she comes up in the files, I stumbled across some FBI reports. I'm not going to read you guys the entire report, but I definitely want to read some of it to you because it shows a pattern. Now, if you don't want to hear any of the information that's going on in the EP files, now's your time to scroll. This is a report from 4/23/2020. I personally don't think that monsters should be able to cower and hide away in the darkness. And that's why I want to bring a lot of this stuff to the light. And I'm new to looking into this, you guys. So I'm just taking it at my own pace. I'm looking at files where birthdays are 2012. That's literally the year that my son was born, and he's only 14 now. It's disgusting. And yes, you're going to hear me say the word blank a lot of times. As of right now, this is for awareness, education, and research purposes until our country decides to start prosecuting more individuals. While in New York, blank went to blank schools. Epstein paid for her to attend massage school at blank. Epstein knew that blank did not go to school growing up. Blank was in school when Epstein was in jail. At some point, she dropped out. When Epstein got out of jail, he told blank to go back to school, so she did. Blank finished school around 2012 or 2013. While in blank near her blank school, blank approached blank. Blank opened up to blank about her life, and blank told blank that she knew someone that needed a massage and paid really well. Blank said yes, and a few days later, she goes to the mansion on 71st Street in Manhattan. Blank set this up. Leslie Groff was not working there at this time. When blank arrived, she sat in the front room. Epstein then brought her into a massage room and he laid down. He was quiet at first, and blank proceeded to give him a real massage. They started having a casual conversation. He was nice. He seemed free-spirited. Blank thought about possibly setting him up with her mother. Blank was paid about $300 for this encounter. When there were sexual encounters, Epstein would pay more. Blank soon started going almost every day. Blank would set it up. Soon after that, Groff would start arranging it. Groff would call blank. The first sexual encounter happened around the second time she massaged him. Epstein got off the table and said he could tell she was stressed. He took out a vibrator and asked if this was okay. He then put it on blank's stomach. He then moved it closer and blank started experiencing things. Blank then got up and left. Epstein developed an emotional connection, and blank felt she did not want to embarrass him by saying no. At one point, blank called blank to tell her what had happened and that she was upset. Blank said she was sorry, but Epstein was a good guy. Sometimes Epstein would pay $800 to $1,000 because he knew of her home and financial situation. Blank eventually moved into the building at 301st East 66th Street. Epstein made blank get a short haircut that she did not like. It was a boy cut and blonde. She recalled moving into the 301 building right after getting this haircut. This was within about 7 months of meeting Epstein, around 2006 to 2007. Blank went to Epstein's island about 15 times. She went to the New Mexico ranch very early on. Blank went to Boston with Epstein, and blank went to Palm Beach, Florida several times. She also went while he was in jail. Prior to Epstein going to jail, blank was with him a lot. They had smex, and Epstein did not have blank consent. The first time, blank would straddle Epstein and nothing would happen. The next time, something would happen. Blank wished she didn't stay with him that long and wished she didn't take blank to the island. Epstein used the fact that blank was lonely, telling her to bring blank to the island. Blank wanted to protect and watch blank while on the island the whole time. Epstein sent blank to the gym to work out with Igor. When blank got back, she couldn't find blank. Blank was Epstein's it girl for some time, and that made blank jealous. Blank thought that she and Epstein loved each other. Blank believed her and Epstein were dating until she eventually found out his actual girlfriend was blank, known to law enforcement as blank. Dealt with it. She asked blank about it while they were on the island. Blank told her she was okay with it. Ghislaine Maxwell was a staple on the island. Maxwell taught blank how to please Epstein a certain way. Blank had seen blank and Jean-Luc Brunel on the island. Other people Blank saw around Epstein were blank, blank, Igor, Maxwell, the chef, and his wife, blank and blank. Epstein would control their food portions and would send them to the gym. Maxwell had conversations with Blank on the island about Smex and Epstein, how to please him in particular. Blank was present for one of these conversations. It meant being taken care of by him. They had to listen to what Maxwell said or how to keep his interest. At first, Blank thought Maxwell was just his friend. She then thought Maxwell was tasked to tell the girls what to do and boss them around. Everyone had to listen to Maxwell. Maxwell used a fist to show what type of pressure to use to please Epstein only and not others. Maxwell would show you how to give BJs and HJs. Epstein was not present for this conversation. Maxwell was very in tune with his needs. Maxwell trained the girls on how you talk to Epstein, how you please him, where you can go on the island, and how to be caretakers of Epstein. Epstein would have Blank take out her piercings. Epstein would buy her particular clothes and want her to wear white underwear. Maxwell told Blank that Epstein liked when she only wore white on the island. Maxwell said to be obedient to Epstein and take care of her body for him. Epstein would have cash at the house and would pay Blank for the massages. He started not paying Blank for the massages unless there were sexual encounters. Blank had also gotten paid by Groff and Bell Klein. Epstein had weird relationships with people who were professionals and lawyers like Alan Dershowitz and Naomi Campbell and Woody Allen. Blank would keep Blank's passport while on the island and wasn't given it back. This was every time they went. When they got on the plane, Blank would take the passport. If Blank was not there, then Blank would take it. Blank and her attorneys provided a photograph in which there are two girls in the picture with Blank and Blank that looked young. Blank does not know who they were and can't remember their names. I'm going to stop there, but there's other reports that I was reading and it infuriates me because I know what it's like to be a young girl that didn't have any money, didn't have any parents to support them, and somehow they encountered Jeffrey Epstein. When you are beaten and broken and so far down on the societal totem pole, it doesn't take much for powerful people to exploit you. Let's go ahead and put a pin in this for now. Thank you so much for listening.